Hello folks, this is Tom Martin. This is my lottery strategy game, Decoding the Powerball. I'm picking my numbers for the drawing on June 17th, 2017. I have 7 strategies to my game Decoding the Powerball. So strategy number 1, the game card color code. Okay, so if you've never seen my videos before, the game card represents the 69 white balls in the Powerball lottery. Now I came up with this color code over here. So the last 3 drawings I call red numbers, and they're red because they're hot, okay? And then the following 4 is orange, and then green, then blue, and then purple. Okay, so up here tells me how many colors are on the game card. Okay, so there's 13 red, 14 orange, 12 green, 16 blue, and 14 purple. Okay, so over here, this keeps track of how many colors have come up. Okay, so the last drawing there was 4 colors. Okay, but overall, there's 139 color code drawings, and 78 drawings have been 3 colors, and 54 have been 4 colors. Okay, so more than half the time, 3 colors come up. Okay, so since only 3 colors usually come up, okay, more than half the time, I try to predict a color that won't be coming up, okay, and I'll eliminate those numbers off of the game card. So for this drawing, I'm going to predict that there will be no green numbers that come up, okay. So the reason is because green just had a little run here of 4, okay, and then I had a run of 3 down here. And if you keep on going down, it had a really long run of 12 here. Okay, so I don't think it's going to keep on going up and up and up just when it just had a really long run of 12. So I'm going to eliminate all the green numbers, just like so. Okay, so when I block them out like this, this means that I don't believe that these numbers will be coming up in the drawing. So the strategy is to eliminate as many numbers as I can and then pick from the rest. Okay, so it's off to strategy number 2, the individual numbers. Okay, so here the individual numbers. The first thing that I do is I put the last drawing over here to the right. Okay, so you can see the 63, that's green because of the color code. So I find the 63 up here. Okay, these are the individual numbers that I'm talking about. Okay, so I marked this green because the 63 was green. Okay, so what I'm going to do is reduce things down so you can see the whole individual card here. Okay, so you can see that I divided things into groups. Okay. So 1 to 9 is a group, and then 10 to 19 is a group. Okay, so there's 7 groups here. And again, there's only 5 white winning Powerball numbers, so 2 of these groups won't be able to have a winning Powerball number to it. So the strategy is to guess which one of those groups won't be coming up and eliminate those numbers off of the game card. Okay, so I'm looking at things, and over at 1 through 9 here, you can see that it kind of went a little dry over here, a little slow. Okay, so I think that things are going to be picking up. So I think that there's going to be 1 or 2 numbers here through 1 through 9. And over here, 10 through 19, there hasn't been a hit in there in 5 drawings now. Okay, so I expect to see a number in this area as well. Okay, I'm not sure about the rest, but as far as eliminating a group, I'm going to go with the 20s, okay? Just because it's been so hot here that I think that things are going to slow down, and you can already see that there was 3 hits here. So I only think that that's what it's going to end up with is 3 hits, so I'm going to eliminate the 20 numbers off of the game card. Okay, so I'm back at the game card, and again, I'm going to eliminate the 20 numbers. Okay, so you notice this 25 is off to a separate group here, over here. Okay, this shares the square with the 65. Okay, so the reason why I have it over here is because of the color code. All right, so you can see that the 25 either has a different color or whatever from the 65. Okay, so if I were to eliminate this whole square, I would eliminate the 65 and the 25. So don't get too confused about things. Basically, all I'm doing is keeping track of groups of numbers. Okay, so if I believe that a certain group of numbers won't be coming up in the drawing, then I eliminate those groups of numbers. Okay, so the more you watch the video, the more things will make sense to you as far as the 65 and the 25 goes. Okay, so it's off to the next strategy. Strategy number 3, the 50-50 picks. Okay, so here in the 50-50 picks, I don't really eliminate any numbers from here, but what it does is it helps me determine in the other strategies that I have what numbers to eliminate. Okay, so here you can see I have odds and evens. Okay, so out of the drawings, there's been 177 drawings here. Okay, and 88 have been the majority of odd numbers. Okay, 89 have been even numbers. Okay, so high and low, you can see that the blue is the low numbers and the red is high numbers. Okay, so there's been 87, the majority of high numbers, and 90 of low numbers. Okay, 88 majority to the left, 89 to the right, and over here, this red and blue, the red has been the big majority here, 103 to 74. Okay, so I'm thinking that this blue is going to go on a little run here, so I expect more numbers to be in this blue area than the red area. Okay, so also I thought there was going to be a couple of numbers here between 1 and 9, and I also thought there was going to be 1 or 2 numbers between 10 and 19 as well. Okay, so I think there's going to be more low numbers than high numbers. Okay, so that's going to help me out for right now. Okay, and the last thing here is I keep track of the Powerball numbers here. Okay, so on this column, blue means that it's low, 1 to 13, and red means it's high, 14 to 26. Okay. And on this column, red means odds and blue means evens. Okay, so as you look through things here, you can see that blue has come up every now and again here. Okay, and over here, red has come up every now and again. So I think that this is going to double up. So I think there's going to be another red, which means a high number. And I think that blue is going to double up as well. So I think it's going to be an even number. So I think the Powerball will be anywhere from 14 to 26, all even numbers. Okay, so off to the next strategy. Strategy number 4, picking the numbers I hope will miss from Group 1. Okay, so this is Group 1. Okay, so as you can see, I divided the numbers into 4 different groups, and I put a color to them. Okay, so I keep the stats down here on things. So this 0 means that in the last drawing, there were no numbers in this red area that came up in the Powerball drawing. Okay, so if I believe that another 0 will be coming up, okay, I will eliminate this red area off of the game card. Okay, so if I do that and I eliminate all these numbers, okay, I'll eliminate the 65 and the 67 and the numbers that share the square with it, the 19 and the 25. Okay, so, but as you can see, the 25 is eliminated and the 65 is not, okay, because I eliminated all the 20 numbers, but the 65 is still in play. Okay, so as I go back to Group 1, what I tried to do is I have 15 of these option cards, and I tried to predict where the 0 is going to be. Okay, so I have an overview of everything right here. All right, so in the last drawing, there was 2 zeros in the red area. There was 2 zeros in the blue area. There was 4 zeros in the orange area and 4 zeros in the green area. Okay, So there was nothing above 5. Okay, so if there is 5 zeros, I color it blue. All right, for cold, red for hot. Okay, so what that helps me with is when I go through things like this blue area, I think that this is going to be a blue area right here. All right, which means I think that there's going to be lots of blues going to have zeros to it. Okay, so the one that I'm going to pick for this drawing is this number 3 blue. Okay, so again, I thought that no 20 numbers will come up, and I just think that there'll be no blue numbers here. Okay, so you can see it had a couple of pretty long runs to it, 7, 11, 9, and now 3, and now I just think it will be 4 and a 0. Okay, so I'm going to eliminate these blue numbers off of the game card. Just like so here. Okay, so usually I just take one in group 1. But for this drawing, I'm going to take a second one. Okay, and that's it's going to be a orange number here. Okay, so it's going to be 15 orange. And again, on the overview, I thought there was going to be a blue mark right here on the orange and the blue. Okay, so I think there's going to be lots of zeros, and I think that this 0 will be double up right here. Okay, so the reason why is because there's been a lot of single zeros here in this orange area. So I just think that this is going to double up here. Okay, so you can see the single zeros here. And so there's been a lot. So I'm going to eliminate these orange numbers off of the game card. Okay, so I eliminated those numbers off of the game card. And this is what the game card looks like so far. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next strategy. Strategy number 5. Picking the numbers I hope will miss from group 2. Okay, so here's my group 2 numbers. Okay, so you can see that I divided things into 8 groups of numbers here. Okay, so this is more the bread and butter of the system. Just because there's 8 groups of numbers and there's only 5 white winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so with this game system, I'm only looking to predict the 5 white numbers. I really don't care about the Powerball number at this point. Okay. I love to win the grand prize, but my goal is to win the $2 million second prize, just getting all the white balls correct. Okay, so what I do is I keep stats of things. Okay, so down here in the red, keep stats of this red area, of course. Okay, so when there's a 0, that means that none of the 5 white winning Powerball numbers landed in this red area. And a 2 means that, of course, 2 of the winning Powerballs landed in this area. Okay, so this gets read left to right and top to bottom. Okay, so I'm here at the very bottom here in this row. So I tried to predict whether it's going to be a 0 or not. Okay, so I'm looking to eliminate numbers right now. So I'm looking to predict where the 0 is going to be. Okay, so I wanted to point out this option card number 2, the red area. Okay, so you can see that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 66. Okay, so the 8 and 66 share this square. So this is what I mean by keeping tracks of groups of numbers. Okay, so if you think that this red area will be a 0 to it, then you're saying that you don't think that any of these numbers, including the 66, won't be coming up in the drawing. Okay, so again, I thought that there was going to be either 1 or 2 between 1 and 9, 1 or 2 numbers coming up in the lottery between 1 and 9, and I thought that there was going to be 1 or 2 between 10 and 19. Okay, so that means I think the majority is going to be in this area. Okay, the red, blue, orange, and green. So I think that there's only going to be 1 or 2 numbers here in the purple, brown, gray, and yellow. Okay, so as I look through things here, I think that over on this side is where there's going to be a 0. Okay, and I'm thinking that there's going to be a 0 right here. Okay, so I'll look at that, and it's going to be the gray. So I think these gray numbers won't be coming up. So I'm going to eliminate these gray numbers off of the game card. And that's 49 through to 56. So I'll see what's left here. Okay, so the 50, 51, 52, the 69 shares the square with the 53, so I'll eliminate that. The 54 and the 55 I don't believe is coming up, so I'm eliminating it off of the game card. Okay, so I'll go back to group 2, and I'll see what else I have. Okay, so here in this gray area, I thought there was going to be a hit, but I'm still eliminating numbers. So I'll see what else I have here. Okay, right here, I think this red area is going to have another 0 right here. Okay, option card 15. So I don't believe that any of these red numbers will be coming up in the drawing, so I'm going to eliminate those numbers off of the game card. So it was the 2 and 9 and the 38. Okay, so those are off of the game card. All right, so now it's off to what I call the Group 2 overview. Okay, so this is the Group 2 overview right here. Okay, so again, I had 15 option cards. So out of the 15 option cards in the last drawing, there were 9 hits, okay, and 6 misses. And what I mean by misses is the zeros, okay? So looking at this, I tried to predict which one as a group is going to be either cold or hot, okay? So blue means cold, red means hot. So just looking at this thing, I believe that the red area here is going to be really cold. Okay, so I expect a lot of zeros there. And I also think purple will be cold. So I'm expecting a lot of zeros here in the purple area as well. Okay, and I think that brown is going to be hot. So I expect a lot of hits and less than 8 zeros. Okay, so I'm back in Group 2 area. And basically what I wanted to show you is my second view of Group 2. Okay, so I want to show you how this red section had a bunch of hits in this row here, okay, and then there's a 0. All right, so my second view just concentrates on the stats of things here, okay, so here it is right here, okay, red number 1, you have all these hits right here, and that 0 right at the top, okay, so I'm going to concentrate on number 4 here. Again, I'm right here. All right, so basically, number 4 right here, red. I'll be right here. All right, and I'm going to predict that this is going to be a hit. Okay, so I know that that there's going to be a lot of misses in this red area, but I just think that this is going to be a hit right here. All right, so I'm just going to mark it red for hit. All right, and as I keep on going down, I look at things, and again, I try to predict whether it's going to be red or blue. Okay, so now it's like a 50-50 guess here. All right, so I think I have a couple marked. If I don't, I think I have one here in blue, number 6. I colored it blue for a miss, okay? So basically I go to the original Group 2, and I find number 6, and I think that these blue numbers will not come up in the lottery, so I'm going to eliminate those off of the game card. Again, it's 4, 11, 20, 27 all the way down. So 4, 11, 20, 27, 36, 43, and that's it. So again, I'll eliminate those off of the game card, and that's it. That's all I'm going to predict that's going to miss, all right? So now I'm off to the next strategy. Strategy number 6, picking the numbers I hope will hit from groups 1 and 2. Okay, so the first one I'm going to start with in group 1 is option card number 5. Okay, so you can see this 2 zeros in a row. Okay, so it's like 90% of the time when there's 2 zeros, there's usually a hit right after it. Okay, so sometimes it does go 3 zeros like over here, sometimes even 4 or 5. Okay, but like I said, 90% of the time it's 2 zeros and a hit. Okay, so I'm going to see what's left on the game card, and you can see it's the 7, 8, 66, 13, 14, all the way down. Okay, so I'll see what's left, and I'm going to write them right over here. Okay, so it's a 7, 8, 13, 14, 40, 61, and 62. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to group 1 and see if there's anything else that I like. Okay, so there's one more that I like here in this group 1, and that's option card 11 blue. Okay, so you can look at the pattern, and I'm going to go to the game card and see what's left. And then write them down, and it's 1, 10, 40, 61, and 64. Okay, and that's it for group 1. Now I'm going to group 2. Okay, so what I did for group 2 is I wrote down what's left in the brown columns, okay? So there's 15 groups here, okay? So you can count them down, there'll be 15. And now I'm going to go to the next strategy, which is strategy number 7, picking my numbers. Okay, so the numbers I decided to go with is 1, 7, 15, 44, and 60. Okay, so going through all the brown numbers, you can see all the hits here. That will give me 10 hits, 5 misses. Okay, so that will make it hot. So that's what I'm looking for. All right, so I'll have more numbers in this blue area, which I really wanted. Okay, so I'll have the 7, 15, 44, and 60. And the only one other than that in the red section would be this number 1. Okay, so there's no numbers here, so I could just block out this one if I wanted to. Okay, so again, the numbers I'm going with is 1, 7, 15, 44, and 60. Okay, folks, I'm always looking for people to play my game. Instead of charging a fee to play, I would like to charge a commission for using my system, 1% if you get all 5 white balls correct. You can read the fine print, and if you're interested, you can email me at trm6776@gmail.com. All right, folks, I appreciate watching, and best of luck with your picks.